All right, welcome to of course, my FX Buddies, the podcast. And I say podcast because there's different mediums. So, there's a blog, and let's see. Yeah, you might want to go to the blog this time because I have articles about the, hmm, do I want to call it, the aggression, right? But I'm not really going to cover them because you could see a lot of that in your world news, right? But there's two that I definitely want to go over. But so if you want to see the perspective from Iraq's news and Iran's news, then that's you would want to go see those articles, okay? All right. Anyway, so Spotify.com has my FX buddies, and there's audio and video. And I have some new followers there. Hello, new followers. All right. And Rumble is video, right? My FX Buddies, of course, YouTube. Oh, I'm not my FX Buddies on YouTube, but whatever. So, YouTube, everything that I cover is under the Fair Use Disclaimer Act. All right. And what else? Apple Podcasts. Yeah. RSS.com is where a pretty good transcript is. For those people who can't understand me, you could go to rss.com, my FX Buddies, and the most recent one is there. All right. I said the blog is at myfxbuddies.blogspot.com, but wherever you are enjoying this content, yes, you're going to hear that thing beeping. Just ignore it. I do. Um, like, why'd your house burn down? I ignored the little thing that was beeping. No, I'm just kidding. But I know. Don't lecture me, whatever. I know. It's not I don't, anyway, I'm, okay, moving forward. All right. See, I lost what I was going to say. Oh, wherever you are enjoying this content, look for a more description, info, whatever, open, um, button like that. And there should be a link there to the blog. All right. So it is Saturday. It is October 26th, 2024. So we'll get right into it. I'm a little encouraged. I won't say excited, encouraged because it looks like forward movement. Let's see what I'm talking about. So the title of this is Hybrid Monetary Policy, and it's in quotation marks, which I didn't put there. That's how it is in the article. Sudani's advisor reveals the central bank's new step. They took a new step. I like that. All right. So, of course, who's the economic advisor? Mohammed Saleh. He explained today, Saturday, precise details about the importance and reasons for the Central Bank of Iraq's decision to reduce interest. This is the one I'm going to focus on the most, so I'll read it the most. And then the others I'm just going to, pick and choose. It is clear that the monetary policy of the Central Bank of Iraq has become a policy that meets the requirements of growth in real economic activity. Is that right? Where have we seen growth? I don't know. Through activating its operational objectives aimed at reducing the cost of credit and financing within the joints of the economic system in general, and the banking system in particular. Okay, I'll admit, there's been some change and movement in the banking system, right? He explained the central bank began through its decision issued in accordance with its circular on October 24th to reduce the monetary policy interest rate, which is the rate at which the Central Bank of Iraq deals with the banking system. So it's that um, I forgot what I was going to say. Sorry. Okay. So let me read that again. So, through its decision on October 24th to reduce the monetary policy interest rate, which is the rate at which the central bank deals with the banking system, by about 200 percentage points, by lowering the interest rate at which the central bank deals with banks from 7.5% to 5.5%, which means that the Central Bank of Iraq has become following an expansionary policy in the money supply, targeting the money supply in a manner that is consistent with activating. And we like that word for new people. We like that word because in Iraq, they have stages. They approve, they implement, and then they activate. So this is forward movement. They are activating the real sector in the national economy and confronting unemployment indicators in the overall economy. So this is a rate, this is a bank to bank rate, not a bank to customer rate. But I'm thinking if they're dropping it a whole 2 points or 200 percentage points, whatever, maybe that will let them give better rates to the customers, right? But so we'll see. According to the statement of the Prime Minister's economic advisor, despite the above, the bank in its new policy did not neglect the importance of continuing to control local liquidity levels and carrying out high sterilization operations by offering debt instruments called Islamic certificates of deposit with a return that increases with the length of the amortization period of those securities purchased by the banking system, which are considered sovereign debts that can be mortgaged or discounted in the secondary market and are excellent debts. All right, let's see. There's nothing here, I don't think. Central bank is giving a signal. Moving liquidity of the economy is under continuous control. So and also it seems like they're going to let loose some of the liquidity, right? Because there were people, oh, there's no liquidity. And then he would come out and say, yes, there is, but we know, right? There wasn't. So Saleh concluded by saying between expanding the movement of economic liquidity as an expansionary policy and imposing control over liquidity levels by offering debt instruments in return at the same time in parallel, we can call the current monetary policy of the Central Bank of Iraq a hybrid, flexible monetary policy. And I don't think I've seen that in their description before. So I like that. And reactivating Islamic certificate, that's a CD, but for those of you who don't know, and I don't know that much, I just know they in Arabic countries there's Sharia law. Not everyone practices it, but for those who do, they have banks, and so the tools of those banks comply with Sharia law banking. So, all right. So let's see. So that's the end of that. And you're probably like, I don't get it. What's so encouraging about that? Again, they're taking a new step and they're activating something that was not activated before. So it's forward movement. And we've been at a stall for a little while. And because we had been waiting for Ice Cream Land to retaliate, right? We'd been waiting for that. And that action took place last night. I'm sure you're aware of that. If you're not, that action took place. And then here we go this morning. And there's some other articles that we'll get to also. All right. What is the total spending and price of a barrel of oil in the 2025 budget? They have all this. They make you read the whole article. Oh, it was bolded, but it's right here. They're still going with $70. All right. Is gold in Iraq affected by global prices? If you want to read that, you can. Geopolitical tensions. growing geopolitical tensions are pushing investors towards safe assets such as gold. So this is written from the Iraqi perspective. Look at this. Sudani directs to conclude contracts in euros. Now, this isn't really new, but it had been halted. Remember, they stopped doing, for whatever reason, maybe there was some corruption found or whatever, they stopped doing transactions in other currencies. Well, now he's saying he's directing ministries and governance. So, not people, right? Ministries and governance to accept offers and bids and conclude contracts in euros equal to the dollar. So that's a way to go around transactions they can't use the dollar in, right? But it's also good because I think maybe it takes pressure off the parallel market price, which is still over 1500. It's coming down. Today was 1512 to like 1540. So okay, and then they have the document here. Here's the official document, and I translated it, and it's dated September 19th. See? So it's something that was already done, but it was halted, and now he's decreeing to do that again. And there, if you want to read that, you can. Despite the ice cream land attack, the Iranian Toman, in country, they call their money the Toman. We call it the real, right? It recovers against the USD. So it was really low. And I know, like, these numbers are crazy. Well, they're not crazy, but it's not what we're used to seeing, right? Okay, so I would read that as 650,000 reals per dollar. And that is almost an all-time low. So, and there's other information here you might want to read. 4 hours after the start of the operation, which is called Days of Response, Ice Cream Land is calling it Days of Response. So, yes, there's a little bit more information besides the price of the Toman. So I thought I would post that. If you'd like to read that, it's all there for you to read. This is another thing, opening new branches of Rafidan and Rashid banks in Sulaymaniyah. Sulaymaniyah is Kurdistan. And the people, this is what the citizens of Sulaymaniyah wanted. They wanted the Iraqi federal banks to open up so they could go there to get their salaries instead of going to banks that the ruling families, the Talibanis and Barzanis, that's my phone, that they had rule over. So also a Trade Bank of Iraq branch will be opening soon. So it makes it more places for the people to go get their money. All right. And I like it's lining up. Plus, remember they were talking about merging Rafdan and Rashid? Well, and then I was like, I don't think they're going to do that. And so if they're opening branches of both, it still, that's further evidence or whatever that it's been delayed, that they're not going to do that right now. Here's an article about making smart cities. So you can see they're developing, they're building. So if you want to read that, you can. And here, this is interesting also. The dollar at the official price, which is 13.10, right? At the airports of Sulaymaniyah and Erbil starting tomorrow. So they had been requesting this. Why are they getting it now? Why all of a sudden are they getting it now? Those airports have been open. It's not like the airports just opened. They've been asking for approval, authority, certification, whatever word you want to put there, at their airports to sell dollars. And that will start tomorrow. So again, I think it's I don't believe in coincidences. It's very interesting. After Ice Cream Land completes their days of response, we hope, anyway, they get to start selling dollars. All right, I'm here. Now, this is a different article. For the first time since June of 2023, the Central Bank of Iraq reduces the interest rate. So, this is about, they've taken some of the news out of the opening article and they've made an article just about the interest rates. So you could skip that if you like. Okay, so you know what? I think we're done because now, well, let me just do this. So there's two more um, cryptocurrencies that now convert to Iraqi dinar. This is, and see, this is why I gave up on crypto. So this word wrapped right here is something else. So they have a coin, then sometimes they can wrap the coin, whatever. All I know is it's now convertible to the Iraqi dinar. So you can see that here, right? And then this one is, how do you even say that? But whatever, XRETHXRE, maybe? You can now convert that to Iraqi dinar. So you see all these modernizations, forward movements. All right. And the fact that this came to me as a Google alert means there's enough of these transactions going through that it hit the Google spiders, right? So that's another reason why I get not excited, but I like to see that. Okay, so let's go back over here. Now check this out. Oh, you can't see his picture. It doesn't matter anyway. Maybe I'll try to fix it. So if you go there and his picture's not there, go back later and his picture will be there. But he was, okay, see this? He was a leader in this uh, organization. But guess who was paying him? The UN. Mm-hmm. Since 2022. So, uh, yeah. Then you wonder why all of those organizations, in my opinion, are evil. They may have started out as good. The UN. What's the other one? The WHO. There's one other one that goes over to the Middle East and always talks. UNICEF. I don't even trust UNICEF, but I know they go everywhere. I just only go. There's corruption. They smuggle people. They're just not good. They're not. And then when people like me say that, people think I'm crazy, but yet here you are. You had a high level ham person being paid by them. So, all right, let's see. So here there was a ground operation. Not a lot of people know that, but there was a ground operation in Lebanon started by Ice Cream Land. So now they are discussing halting that, an imminent end. So that would be good. And plus, it seems like they're not being very successful. I hate to say that, but reading the articles, yeah, it seems like they take an L on that. But yeah, so, but then also I was thinking maybe they ended it to get out of there because maybe where they were, they're getting ready to drop kablooies too. And I hope that's not the case either. All right, let's see. We can. There was no there because when the operation quote, earmarks, put those quotes around that. When the operation started, there were rumors that there were explosions in Iraq as well, but that it was just a rumor. It turned out not to be. Okay, so that's old. Um, Iran, turns out Tehran has an air defense system also, and they're saying many of the kablooies were intercepted by that. Here is no need for exaggeration. This is, look, there's another one where the picture didn't come through. They're making it harder and harder for me to include the images. So, no need for exaggeration. Ice Cream Land raids are few, and our anti-aircraft missiles are working. So, there's some really crazy. Here's the Pentagon saying we did not detect any targeting in Iraq. But they're like, okay, we did that to you. Now don't respond, okay? Just just leave it alone. If you don't respond, we won't respond. If I was if I was Tehran, I'd be like, what? What did you just say to me? But I know they don't want war, so hopefully this is it. So here's another. Oh, so those were yesterday's articles. And then here's some from today if you want to read those. There was, oh, here it is. Don't respond and we'll end the escalation. So we'll see. And then here's an article. Oh, why didn't I talk about this? Baghdad awaits. Oh, yeah, you see this? Baghdad awaits a new White House admin. Fears of rough policy. So you might want to read that. Some of you may find that interesting. I'm not going to cover it. I think that's the last article. Oh, here. So, and I'm seeing, look, there's another image that didn't come through. Dang. There's a lot of leaking. There's an article which I may put, I think I'm going to post tomorrow. I'm hoping there'll be even more monetary articles, and I'll post tomorrow. Um, an Iraqi translator leaked some information to Tehran. They're saying that, and then Tehran is like, we have all your game plans. We know what we know to Ice Cream Land, right? That's what they're saying to Ice Cream Land. We know your game plan because it was leaked out, right? So we know what you plan to do, and we are moving resources to prepare. And then Ice Cream Land is saying, we know where all your top leaders are, both groups that start with the H, right? Ham and Bola. So there's a lot of leaking, and I wonder if it is to hold off, to stall, which I like, right? Anything that's going to keep stuff from blowing up and people being unalived, I'm for, right? But yeah. All right, so we're going to end that here. I just, it had been 2 days and I didn't want to wait another day and then have to try to crunch in important information. All right, so thank you. Thank you for giving me time on your Saturday. I hope you're having a good day. And if there's a like, join, follow, whatever button, wherever you are enjoying this content, take whatever action is necessary to activate that because I don't update regularly. And that way, when I do update, you'll be notified if all things work as they're supposed to. All right, so again, accumulate while we wait for the rate to appreciate. Don't miss any meals and pay all your bills. Thanks again, and enjoy the rest of your morning, night, noon, whatever time you're enjoying this content. And until next time.